basi ni kusalimiana tu. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second match of the day between Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Nairobi Prisons. Remember, this is the 7th and final leg of the KVF National Men's Volleyball League, and we've just seen Kenya Ports Authority win their match against against Mombasa Prisons, 3-0. Now this is the second match, and after this match we are going to have Prisons Western that are going to play against Rift Valley Prisons, and we are glad to be able to bring you this live. Of course, it's Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Mafro Sports. Going to join my colleague Florence Bosire in the commentary desk to bring you every action. So sit back wherever you're watching this from. You could be at home, you could be at work. Around the world, really, we are dedicated to ensuring that we showcase volleyball talent globally, so that whatever talent we have in this country, we are able to showcase that across the world. Florence Bosire is standby in the commentary desk to also bring you what is happening here, and I'll be joining her shortly. But this is TVC versus Nairobi Prisons. It's going to be a heated match. Yesterday, Prisons Nairobi played, well, I'll let you know the team that they played yesterday, but this is the second match of the day. We expect that they are going to we are going to have another match again after this. Rift Valley Prisons versus Western Prisons, a battle between siblings again. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And of course, hit that subscribe button so that you are able to get all this action whenever we go live. We are Blazers, and my name is Yegon Emmanuel for Trailblazers Volleyball Club. Over to you, Florence.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to this beautiful Saturday morning. It's actually Saturday afternoon. It is 12:03. Thank you for joining us once again for this live coverage of the second match of the day. TVC facing it off with Nairobi Prisons. First match of the day was KPA against Prisons Mombasa, where KPA won that match 3-0. We will be bringing you this live match as soon as it serves off. It will be me, your lovely commentator Florence Bosire, alongside my colleague Emmanuel Yegon. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back as soon as the game begins.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the match between Nairobi Prisons and TBC is just about to serve off. We are here live, bringing you the live coverage, live from the NYAYO National Stadium outdoor court. Unfortunately, we could not secure the indoor court this time round. We hope that you will stay put and enjoy this match as it starts. Both teams playing, TBC should be playing the last of their league matches in this 7th and final leg of the Men's National League 2022-2023 season. We look forward to seeing the teams that will have qualified for the playoffs. Only 4 teams are eligible to participate in that final stage of the competition. The matches and the points accumulated by each team being the determining factor for whether a team will take part or not. Remember that also the winner of the playoffs for each season automatically qualifies for the Africa Club Championship. The match is on. The first point and by Nairobi Prisons, starting off at a high. There we have it. Brian Baraza goes on to serve. Waiting on patiently. It's rather a chilly day here at NYAYO Stadium. It's a float serve picked by Mbappe. Ball is still in play. Ngatia. Fortunately, that ball does not go across the net thanks to the solid blocks. Obadia attempting to make that kill. Brian Baraza at the service for Nairobi Prisons once again. Again, Mbappe picks it, Ngatia sets it. Okelo trying to kill it again. Another attack by Mbappe, sending it off court. It's 3-0. Nairobi Prisons leading. Service for Brian Baraza once again. Mbappe once again. Gatia, Mbappe. There seems to be a net touch. There was a net touch. A service for Mbappe, serving for TBC, 2 points. Serves it on the net once again. That jump service does not go across the net. A service for Nairobi Prisons, Kennedy Mwendo. Again, a point for Mwendwa of Prisons Nairobi. The ball is still in play. Gatia sets it. Obadia. Ball goes out of court once again. It did look like it was on court, but according to the judgment of the linesman, she has indicated that the ball was out of court. Well, it really did look like it landed on court. We move on nonetheless. Prisons Nairobi 6, TBC at 2. Badia once again, this time hitting it hard on the ground just in front of the libero player Gibson. Okay, look at the service. It's a jump float, well picked. Brian Baraza setting it to Taban, who hits it. Making it a point. Nairobi Prison serving, leading at 7 against 3. That serve goes right onto the net. Laban Waititu failing to take that ball across the net. Obadia going to serve. Will it be a jump serve? Yes, indeed. It is a jump serve. Well picked by Kimwele Taban. Wonderful save by Ngatia there. Considering how far he was, he actually was the one who had attempted to block it, then later on followed on for the rebounds. Unfortunately, there was not much of help from his teammates. Matiko with that service. Mutero James picks it. Adams attempting to attack it. Mutero. Matiko again attacking that ball off of the hands of Adams. Matiko with a jump float that goes out of the court. TVC gaining 1 point, standing at 5 against Nairobi Prisons leading at 9. Adams goes on to serve. It's a jump float serve, well picked. Brian Barasa, Taban just tipping that ball. There was already a touch on the net in an attempt to block that ball. Again, a replay of, well, that happened with Mbappe simply pushing that ball. Former KCB men's team players there seated and following the match here at that NYAYO Stadium. Matiko with that point, it did land on the court, the opponent's court, TVC's court. Mutero stepping in to help in the reception of that ball that is just about to be served. Mutero having been awarded Best Libero in the just concluded Paul Bitok International Tournament. Nixon with that service. Adams picks it. Ngatia. Mbappe with that powerful hit that did not get a comeback. Ngatia with that service. Taban picks it. Brian Baraza. Matiko disappoint that beautiful pipe attack by Matiko. Matiko really stepping up for Team Nairobi Prisons, seen from his performance even in yesterday's matches. The scores stand at 12 for Nairobi Prisons and 7 for TVC. Ngati sets it to Mbappe, who hits it, making it difficult for the center blocker to block that ball. Mbappe goes on to serve. It's going to be a jump service. There have been a lot of errors in his service for quite some time. Again, it does happen. He is yet to serve a ball across the net. needs a lot to be done, a lot to be desired. The choice of service. Obadia, the libero player, failing to receive that ball. Okello goes on to serve for TBC, still trailing by 4 points at 9. Nairobi Prisons in the lead at 13 points. Okello goes on to serve. Going to be a jump float. Well picked by Waititu. It's going to be Matiko. There seems to be another touch on the net. Boash attempting to reason with the referee, arguing that there was no touch, but the referee's decision is final. Well celebrated. Former international player, the national team, Judith Tarus. Well, there we have it. Another point for TVC, still trailing by 4 points at 10 against Nairobi Prisons 14. Boash with the service. Will Prisons Nairobi take this first set? They have been seen to perform well throughout this season. Nixon getting that point for Nairobi Prisons. Nairobi Prisons did lose one of their dependable player who was very instrumental in their performance last season. One Dennis, who was elevated to the bigger brother team, Prisons Kenya. He is also really performing well there. We look forward to seeing him receiving a call-up in the Wafalme Stars. It's a timeout for TVC. A timeout. Still trailing at 11 against the 4-point lead. 15 by Nairobi Prisons. Very dismal performance this afternoon. They are yet to bring out their game. Remember that they did lose at the same as to Prisons Kenya in the concluded Paul Bitok tournament. A few of the faces missing on court today. David Neke has been missing for quite some time now. We're also missing the services of one Jean-Claude Masezerano. A block by Boash, reducing that score margin to just 3 points. Adams serves it. Well picked. Again, Taban hits that ball on the line. With Obadia failing to defend it. 16-12 back to the 4-point lead. Taban serves it. Adams. Obadia failing to take that golden chance. Would it be Matiko? Indeed. Ball is still in play. Obadia dodges it. The ball again. Nixon hitting that ball off of the hands of Boash. Once again, beautiful point for Prisons Nairobi. They have maintained the lead for a better part of this first set. Also, considering that this is the first match for one TVC in this weekend fixtures. Nairobi Prisons did have a match yesterday, facing it off with Prisons Kenya. They did lose that match 3-0. Boash with that jump serve, sending it out of court, making the scores 18-13, 5 points lead for Nairobi Prisons. It will be interesting to note that should Prisons Nairobi take this set, it will be a boost in their morale, that ball finding Taban off guard. Probably did not expect it. Ngatia serving it. There we have it. Brian Baraza making an instant kill in that ball, taking advantage of the lack of anticipation of the blocking line for TVC. Brian Baraza with that serve. Well picked. Ngatia again. Okello simply tapping that ball at the center of the opponent's side. Mbappe goes on to serve. We are yet to see a serve go across the net for Mbappe. Really. Again, Matiko with his powerful attacks, gaining more points for Nairobi Prisons. That spot jump giving him an added advantage with that attack right above the blocks. And the ball is well received. Ngatia Obadia with an instant arrest by Nairobi Prisons center blocker Laban Waititu alongside Taban Henry. Another service for Nairobi Prisons, having surpassed the 20-point mark. 21 against TVC's 15. Ngatia sets it. Obadia, there was a net touch by one Taban, trying as much as he could to block that ball, touching the net in the process. Derek apart getting ready to replace Boash, coming on court, trying to make a change in the direction of this first set. They are trailing by 5 points as it is. Taban, Brian setting that ball too close to the net. Okello going to serve for TVC side. They are now trailing by 4 points. And with just 4 points remaining for Nairobi Prisons to take this set. Again, it's going to be Matiko who earns Nairobi Prisons that much needed point. The scores still stand at 22-17. Another wonderful serve. Mbappe picks it. Ngatia Obadia. It's going to be 18-22. Just 4 points again. Should Nairobi Prisons decide to pick this set, it will put them at a very, very good position. TVC not really bringing on the game that was anticipated, hoping to make an impact. Their performance not quite being felt today. Brian Baraza, Matiko once again, well received. Unfortunately, makes it difficult to salvage it as it was too close to the net. The setter Ngatia not interjecting early enough. Matiko Obadia dodging it, well picked, and a confusion in who is best placed to set that ball. Again, Adams with that dodge. Brian Baraza, Matiko, it's a block out. Is it? Indeed. It was a block out, making it 23. Nairobi Prisons, TVC at 18. A timeout for TVC. The direction of this first set not really looking promising. 18-24 Prisons Nairobi are at set point. TBC trailing by 6 points. 6 points, a rather huge margin. Matiko serves it to Mbappe, who picks it. Ngatia sets it. Adams stopped right in his tracks. Very solid block by Nixon there. That marks the end of the first set. The second match of the day, featuring Nairobi Prisons facing it off with TBC. Nairobi are a smiling lot. Nairobi Prisons there, very happy with their performance during the starter of this match. We'll be getting the set statistics in a few minutes. A bit of disappointment on the faces of TBC. They will need to work extra hard. They are going to make any impact whatsoever in this match. Well, it's also important to note that both teams will not be making it into the playoffs of this final season. The players of this season 2022-2023, both teams had points that were not sufficient enough to get them through to the playoffs. They had made it to the playoffs in the last year's season 2021-2022. However, they also qualified to participate for the Africa Club Championship. Sadly, they could not order that invite. We do pray that it gets better. There's the match statistics so far in this first set. First set goes to Prisons Nairobi, 25 against 18 of Trailblazers. Attacks 16 by Prisons Nairobi, 11 by Trailblazers. Blocks, you're having 3 for Prisons Nairobi against none for Trailblazers. Service ace, each team is tied at 1, and the opponent's error with just a difference of 1 point. Trailblazers leading at 6, Prisons Nairobi at 5. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is the second match of the day. TBC facing it off with Nairobi Prisons. Nairobi Prisons ran with the first set, winning it 25-18. We are just about to start the second set of the match. Thank you for joining us. Tell us where you're tuning in from. We'll appreciate knowing you. Hilary Mbogo, he ni 5 sets loading. Well, we wait to see how this match turns out. Teddy Mwale, TBC will carry the day, no doubt. Again, we wait to see. Ngatia with that set. Obadia fakes an attack and ended up dodging that ball. Kellick, so many services are being sent out. Indeed, that is true. Caroline Joki, TBC has no blocks at all. Beats almost sure. A serve from them is a score for Nairobi Prisons. Matiko doing a great job. NYAYO huitwa Baba. Indeed, Matiko's alias is Baba. Gatia with that service. Brian Baraza. Again, Matiko trying to send that ball to the farthest corner of the TBC side. Unfortunately, it does go out of court. TBC taking an early lead at 3 points. Nairobi yet to register the first point in this match. Well picked, Brian Baraza. Ngatia sets it to Obadia once again. Brian Baraza blocks it, but it does go out of court. Ngatia still at the service, leading at 4 points to 0. It's a float serve. Taban picks it. Brian Baraza again. Will it be that simple tap proving to be rather costly for Nairobi Prisons, as it is easily picked and set to Obadiah's hands, who converts it into a point for TVC, still in the lead at 5 points, 2-0. Timeout for Nairobi Prisons. There seems to be a change in play in the way TVC are playing. The coach Sol Masaba, also a former player for Pritos Kenya and also the national team, trying to correct on those mistakes, telling the boys how to approach it. Gatia still serving for TVC. Again, an error in receiving that ball, and equally an error in handling while setting it. TVC at 6, Prisons yet to get a point at 0. Easily picked by Taban. Unfortunately, it does go across the net and out of court. Ngatia at 7. Very, very good services by Gatia, tactical services. There's a change for Nairobi Prison. The new hands. Vincent Kirwa stepping in. Kirwa with that attack. Despite the 3-man block by Kamadi, Okello and Obadiah, he does manage to hit that ball and get a point. Brian Baraza goes to serve, breaking that jinx again with that good serve. Okello hitting that ball off of the hands of one Matiko. Hamadi goes on to serve for TVC. It's a jump float. Again, an error in receiving that ball by Taban. Badia. There is a net touch. Quite an unfortunate incident, as the ball had been well defended by Kimwele at the backcourt. That net touch really discouraging. Brian Baraza consulting with the first referee. TBC is still leading 9-1. Amadi at the service. Kimwele picks it. Brian Baraza. Kirwa makes that kill. Amadi failing to defend that ball. Kirwa with the service. Mutero picks it, Gatia sets it, and Okello makes a kill. Mutero with very brilliant receiving skills there. A well-seasoned libero player, formerly a left attacker. There we have it. Derek Kapat, solid in the air, stopping Matiko's vicious attacks. Earning a point for TVC. TVC leading at 11. Such a margin, a huge margin against 2 of Nairobi Prisons. Again, a block by Derek Kapat. Hamadi picks it, does go across the net. Very powerful attack there by Nairobi Prisons. Laban Waititu. Prisons makes yet another change with jersey number 14. Amos Maina stepping on court. Again, a point to TVC with that net touch by Nairobi Prisons. block line. Badia with the service. It's going to be a jump serve. Kirwa picks it. Brian Baraza again. A net touch by Nairobi Prison by TVC, giving Nairobi Prisons their 4th point of the second set. TVC still in the lead at 12. These early leads and comfortable also will be instrumental in helping them be at a better position to take this set. Mbappe going to serve. We are yet to see him serve the ball across the net. It's a jump float, a change from his signature jump serves. Mbappe sets it to Amadi. Again, the ball is still in play. Gatia dodging it right in the middle of the court, having noticed that there was no attempt at covering that area. TBC 14, Prisons Nairobi 4, 10-point lead for TBC. Mbappe with that float serve. Again, Tiko with that dodge. Ngatia picks it. Mutero easily setting it. Hamadi trying to bring the ball back on court, touching it on the antenna, rendering it useless. Another serve by Nairobi Prisons. Mbappe picks it. Derek Hamadi. Gatia Hamadi once again hitting it on the line, finding Matiko off guard. He literally had to defend himself, as that ball would have easily hit him flat on his face. TBC is still at the lead with 15 points against 5 Nairobi Prisons. Brian Baraza, Kirwa. The ball is blocked by Okello. It is Okello and Gatia at the block line for TBC. Making it 16-5. Moele picks it. Brian with that quick reaction, a dodge of the ball, trying to talk to Kirwa. Still 10 points lead for TVC. Nixon serves it. Gatia Hamadi making that kill. Instant kill there from that brilliant reception by Julian Mbappe. Gatia, well picked. Brian Baraza, Matiko, slight touch of the ball on the net, reduces its power and making it easy to defend on the backcourt area. Nairobi Prisons converting that into a point nonetheless, making it 17-7. TBC still at the lead. Jersey number 7, Brian Baraza, goes to serve. It's a jump float. Hamadi, Gatia. Fortunately, Okello misses that ball. Probably was too quick for him to receive it. Again, Hamadi there with that beautiful attack, making it 18 points for TVC against just 8 of Prisons Nairobi. Well picked. Brian Baraza, Matiko. Net touch again by Okello. Amadi big set. Gatia sets it. Mbappe dodges. And that pancake by Brian Baraza. Beautiful save again by Kamadi using his leg. Mbappe blocks that ball. That powerful hit from Matiko. TVC at 19. Actually 18. That point did go to Nairobi Prisons. Obadia. The ball is still in play. Mutero sets it to Obadia. Obadia hitting that ball. There was a touch on the ball. TVC 19, Prisons Nairobi 11. Technical bench for TVC. Amondi. Beautiful pick by Obadia. And that brilliant finish from him as well. TVC steps right onto the 20-point mark, making it 20-10. 10 solid points in the lead. A timeout for Nairobi Prisons. The coach needing to make a few corrections. Well, there we have the KPA players who had earlier on played their first match of the day against Prisons Mombasa, winning it by 3 straight sets. Relaxed watching the proceedings. Remember that tomorrow the highlight of this 7th leg will be a match between GSU, the General Service Unit, against KPA. A very critical and determinant match for KPA. That match will decide whether they sail on to the playoffs or not. Okello serves that ball out of court, getting Prisons Nairobi their 11th point against 20. TBC only looking for 5 points to wrap this up. Again, there's a change for Nairobi Prisons. Kipruto stepping in, replacing one Laban YT2. Boniface Kipruto also doubles up as a setter. We do have 2 setters on court. Tactical serve there to Mbappe. Ngatia serves it. Again, Hamadi with that spot jump. And quick finish, making it 21 for TVC and 11 for Prisons Nairobi. Obadia serves that ball out of court, making it 12 Prisons Nairobi, 21 TVC. Matiko floats it across the net. Ngatia sets it apart with that brilliant quick reaction, and even quicker reaction by the backcourt defense of Nairobi Prisons, not letting that ball land on their side, instead hitting it very fast and gaining that point for Nairobi Prisons. They will require much more of an effort if they are to catch up with the TBC. TBC being consistent with their attacks, also A great improvement from what we saw during the first set. Ngatia with that set. Mbappe attempting to dodge it. Brian Baraza again trying to replicate what his counterpart and setter Elijah Bosire did in the first match. The ball is still in play. Ngatia sets it to... No, he doesn't. He tries to dodge it. Matiko hits that ball out of court. Very interesting rally there with both teams trying their best to keep the ball in the air and make sure it doesn't land on their side of the court. TBC with that comfortable 9-point lead at 22 against 11 of Nairobi Prisons. That float serve sends it across the net. Does come back, getting Mutero James off position, earning another point for Nairobi Prisons, who are currently trailing at 14. Well received by Mbappe. Ngatia sends it. Hamadi. Matiko receives it. A simple dodge by Brian Baraza. Ngatia. Hamadi still in play. Well set. It's going to be Matiko. Unfortunately, he hits that ball on the net in a desperate attempt to make a hit across the net. There was no jump on the blocks from Team TVC, who are currently at 23 and 14 for Nairobi Prisons. An adjustment on the antenna. That hit was rather hard. A lot of power behind that ball. Apart with that service, gaining a point, setting the team at set point 24 against Nairobi Prisons 14, maintaining that 10-point lead from the start. Apart going to serve. Another serve on court. Brian Baraza. Kirwa. Powerful attack. Unfortunately, it goes out of court. But a lot of power, a lot of strength behind that ball. Well, TBC take the second set. Both teams now at one set each. The first team to take the next two sets will run away literally with the 3 points. Not much of an impact in their quest to getting into the playoffs. It will improve on their standings in the rankings as at now. So a win is important for either of the teams. That is the end of the second set. TVC winning 25-14, 4 points different by what Trailblazers acquired when they lost their first set to Nairobi Prisons. Soon we will be having the match statistics for the second set, just to take a look and a glimpse at what was done wrong, what was done right, why TVC won and why Nairobi Prisons lost the set. 25-14 in favor of TVC attacks. We're having 14 for TVC and none for the first time for Nairobi Prisons. They made no attacks whatsoever. Blocks, we're having 2 for TVC and again none for Nairobi Prisons. Service ace 3 for TVC, 1 for Nairobi Prisons. Opponent's error, a difference in 1 point, for 7 for Prisons Nairobi and just 6 for TVC. Well, the powerful attacks from TVC coming into play in this second set, making the impact difference from the way the first set went. A lot of improvement once again in the way the team was serving. There were a lot of loss in services during the first set. This has been really instrumental in helping them take this second set. Well, the third set is almost underway. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for making time to comment. Thank you for taking time to sit in and follow this match live from whatever part of the country and really the world you're watching us from. Kindly tell us where you're tuning in from. Would love to appreciate you. Ngatia goes to serve once again for TBC. Mwele receives it, and that ball easily cemented onto the ground by Laban Waititu, Nairobi Prisons. Brian Baraza goes on to serve. They did start well in the first set. It did earn them that particular set. Not so much during the second set. We wait to see how the third set goes. Hamadi once again. You have to love how he changes the direction of his attacks. Never really doing what the opponents anticipate. Taking advantage of those split blocks. Hamadi with that service. Kirwa picks it. Brad Baraza. Kirwa. Ngatia picks it. Mutero with that set. Obadia changing once again the direction of that attack. Earning TBC yet another point. Another serve by Hamadi. That's dodge. The referee deciding that there was a touch on the net by Obadia as he tried to block that dodge. It was a last minute change from what was expected to be a hit that changed into a dodge. Mutero receives it. Ngatia Okelo hitting it straight to Gibson, who fades to receive it. Okelo goes on to serve for TBC. TBC in the lead once again. 3 points against 1. Beautiful attack there again by Prisons Nairobi. Amos Maina. Hamadi receives it. Obadia with a high dodge. Unfortunately, it goes out of court, making it 4 points to 3. Nairobi taking the lead. Maina with that service. Jump float. Mutero, Mbappe, Nixon stopping him in his tracks. Again, a confusion in the setting of that ball. Obadia hits that ball. There was a touch on that ball by Nixon. The scores are still tied at 4 each. Well picked, not quite. It goes out of play, handing over TBC yet another lead. Badia with that serve, a jump float. Brian Baraza, Matiko, Ngatia, Hamadi once again giving TBC that point. Badia. Matiko once again killing that ball. Brian Baraza did make sure to split the blocks of Derek apart and Mbappe. Mbappe not managing to stop that attack from Matiko. Matiko goes on to serve. Ball is still in play. Well picked by Kimwele. Again, still in play. Maina. Derek did challenge by the fans. Technical bench of Nairobi Prisons complaining on the officiating of one Judith Tarus. Matiko goes on to serve. That attack by Brian Baraza cementing that point. Mbappe picks it. Ngatia sets it back to Mbappe, who converts that set into an attack and a point for TVC. Still leading at 7. Nairobi Prisons trailing at 6. Mbappe goes on to serve. It's probably going to be a float serve. The jump serve not quite doing it for him today. Brian Baraza, that ball being hit way above the block by Amos Maina of Nairobi Prisons. Scores are again back to a tie, 7-7. Well served. It's a point for Nairobi Prisons, back in the lead, 8-7. The ball is still in play. Mbappe with that dive of the ball, retrieving it. Ball having been translated into a point. Again, a simple dodge or tap of the ball by Kirwa, taking Nairobi Prisons back to the lead at 9 points against 8. Nixon serve for Nairobi Prisons. Nairobi Prisons still leading at 10 points against 9 of TVC. And Brian Baraza goes on to serve. With that point, we might be looking at a 5-setter. Ball is still in play. Gatia Hamadi, who is yet to be stopped. Referee indicates that he did cross the line in trying to make that point, taking it to 12, TVC 9, a 3-point lead. The first margin we have seen, convincing margin in this third set. Kirwa blocks it, making it 4 points lead. Scores stand at 14-9. 5 points. That margin increasing faster than was expected. And the match is back on after that timeout. Prisons Nairobi, Brian Baraza at the service, and it gets Mbappe off guard, making it 15 TBC 9. Again, if you're joining us, this is the second match of the day, featuring TBC and Prisons Nairobi. Prisons Nairobi with one set having taken the first set, and the second set going to TBC. The third set with Prisons in the lead, 15-10. Ngatia serves that ball again. It is still in play. Obadia, classic attack on the line, making it 11-15. Michael Ndirangu watching from Nanyuki, thank you so much for tuning in. Wanjugu watching from Rongai, TBC all the way. Kamadi, he is a game changer, indeed. Michael Ndirangu, 3-1 for Blazers. We wait to see that. Beverly Ruto, you're supporting team. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in to this live match. Well picked by Kirwa, not so much by Matiko. Still the ball crosses the net. Obadia once again. That ball was translated into a point, but that classical finish by one Amos Minor. A service by Laban Waititu that flies out of court. 17 Nairobi Prisons, TBC 13. Obadia goes on to serve. There is a change with the setter Daniel Ngatia giving way for Regan Uselu. Obadia with that float serve. Brian Baraza tactical in his set. Nixon was too late to receive it. Mbappe simply pushing that ball into the hands of Matiko, who fails to defend it. TBC at 14, Prisons Nairobi 17. Still in play. Again, it flies out of court. That margin drastically reduced to just 2 points. Prisons Nairobi are yet to hit the 20-point mark. That timeout by Sol Masaba, signifying the importance of rectifying on the mistakes, consistent mistakes that have been happening, bringing the score margin to just 2 points apart. Well, this match could go either way. Both teams showing how promising their performance is so far. We wait to see how this match goes. Are we looking at a 5-setter, Yegon?
It is possible that it could go to a 5-setter because you've seen that the first set, of course, went to the Prisons Nairobi side, and then TVC came back to equalize. Right now, Prisons Nairobi have had a lead. They have given away that lead again. We've seen quite a number of mistakes from the TVC side. Played the first set rather dismally, given away quite a number of points in this set already. So we wait to see how it's going to turn out. It's another service error there by Obadia, handing back Prisons Nairobi their lead. Nicely picked by Derek apart. It is Mbappe, and there is a net touch.
A lot of net touches we have seen in this particular match.
It's Mbappe who goes to serve. Will it be
a jump float? Definitely a jump float. The jump serve,
because the jump services have not yielded any fruits so far. So look at his jump floats. They're actually effective. I do not understand why he hasn't been using them. Another mistake there by Prisons Nairobi. And it's now 18-18.
Very surprising, not quite, because we do know the potential that TVC volleyball team have. Prisons Nairobi, a lot of disappointment there. They had a comfortable 5-point lead.
Then Mbappe give that away again.
19.
This one is going to be an interesting one.
It will indeed be very interesting.
But whoever is able to win this set will have a lot of advantage. But considering the number of mistakes that each side keeps making, I don't think it will be a lot of significance, the win, because the side is giving away very easy points, and that's why you're seeing this, especially this set, looking a little bit tight.
Indeed, none of the players showing the desire to take the lead and actually maintain it.
Apart with that,
Brian Baraza
still in play. There was nobody there to pick it.
Again, 20 for Nairobi Prisons, 19
First ones
TVC.
to step into the 20-point mark.
Nixon goes on to serve for Nairobi Prisons.
They are making a change.
There's a change again. Boniface Kipruto taking the court. A tactical server, that one.
Yes, he has had quite a show in the previous matches. Ngatia there for service purposes. Ngatia with that service are able to block it. It is still in play. Ngatia goes for it. Who is it going to be? It is Nimrod Hamadi
once again,
who sends TVC ahead by 1 point. Is it going to be a timeout? No, it isn't.
it is.
Oh, yeah, it is a
going to be a
timeout. I thought so.
With that comfortable lead for a better part of the set, then actually giving it away when it actually matters, they do require a timeout. Well, Hope Zawadi watching from Ryan in Qatar. Prisons forever. Kelvin Kipkosgei, Prisons Nairobi all the way. Francis Deritu, fingers crossed for TVC. We are yet to see which of the two teams comes out victorious in this match. Both of them having rather equal amount of errors, equal amount of general performance. You can't tell who will take this match.
Yeah, and really there's no oomph again in this match.
Indeed.
Just as flat as it comes. Not able to pick that up. TVC.
Brian Baraza goes on to serve for...
He's a very tactical server.
Very tactical server.
They bring Emmanuel there.
Adams.
21. Who will blink first? Manuel Ogo with that reception, and it is Nimrod Hamadi who goes high, hitting that ball pretty fast, beating that blocking line. Look at the way he goes way above those hands there, and he goes to serve Nimrod. It is still in play actually.
Well defended. It's a net touch.
Gets a net touch
by Kirwa.
Net touch by Kirwa there
touch that
for
net.
Prisons Nairobi, and it's 2 points now for TBC. Nimrod Hamadi still in the service court. Emmanuel Ogo goes to have a conversation with him.
Hamadi still.
Hamadi again.
Brian Baraza.
It is Matiko. James had it, but it wasn't enough. At least he had seen that coming. Again, up and above the hands of Eugene Okello there. And Kirwa goes to serve. Obadia is back on court. Kirwa with that service. James Butero picks it up nicely. Who is it going to be? Eugene Okello gives it away rather simply. He's still in play. James Butero. Obadia kills it with his left swing there. That left-hander sending TBC to set point. And it is Eugene Okello who goes to serve. Are they able to defend it? We'll wait to see.
With just a point to call this a set and put them at a better position to win this match.
Again, Matiko. Oh, he fails to. Actually, not Matiko. But that ball does not cross the net, and it's as good as done. The second set goes to Trailblazers Volleyball Club. Actually, Derek apart with that beautiful block there. As they change courts there, Trailblazers are leading by 2-1. A set that in the initial stages you would have thought that it was going to the Nairobi Prison side. The coach there having a conversation with Matiko there.
He has had
I think he has expected that he would help the team there. And as you can see, this performance per set, 25-18 in favor of Prisons Nairobi in the first set, then 25-14, quite a margin, then now 25-22. What is the fourth set going to be? How is it going to turn out? We wait to see. We're going to bring you the stats in a bit, so that you can have a feel of how that set went in as far as the stats are concerned. Prisons Nairobi 22, Trailblazers 25 points from attack, 13 for TVC and 11 for Prisons Nairobi. 1 each for blocks and service aces as well. Trailblazers making good use of the errors, opponent errors at 10 and Prisons Nairobi 9. So there's almost a similarity there, and as far as the errors are concerned on either side of the team, and as we had predicted, it would be a tie. It's just one difference there, but that is how that set went. They are standby for the fourth set. Do not go too far.
Na upite hadi kwa ule mtu. Welcome back to the fourth set of this match between Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Prisons Nairobi. The scores as of now, set scores is that Trailblazers are leading by 2-1. Prisons Nairobi were of course the first ones to win that first set there. TVC catching up and going ahead. I think it depends on how they start. Nimrod Kamadi with that beautiful pipe there. Nicely done. It's actually not a pipe, I think he's in the front court. But nails it really nicely, Nimrod Kamadi. Ngatia had several services there. Kirwa is stopped by Obadia Kipto there. Rains in hard, but Kipto sort of stops him in his tracks. You can see the conversation there between James Utero, the libero, and the captain TBC, his colleagues in the touchline there. And that first service error by Ngatia.
The first of its kind. I think he has been really instrumental in getting those points from the third set.
I think
he did serve up until like the second set. Oh yeah, second set.
Yeah,
up until
11.
8-2, I think.
Yes, ball is still in play.
Mbappe
picks it up.
Ngatia.
Nimrod who goes high. There is a net touch.
So unfortunate. But that net touch had to happen when the rally was getting even more interesting.
Look at that.
Quite a save by Taban there.
I think they fumbled in the block formation. Nimrod Kamadi at the service court.
Brian Baraza.
Is it picked? Yes, it is. Mbappe. Nimrod Kamadi goes in high.
Hirwa.
Looks at those guys there.
Aina kill
I
six.
think he should have killed it. You can see him blurring his face there. I think Ngatia also considered the fact that Mbappe was the one who picked up that ball and hadn't created enough space for an attack.
That serve. Mbappe. Is it on court? There was a touch on that ball.
It's 4-2. Derek Apart steps in. The libero, second libero there. Omondi Ian. Eugene
Well picked.
Is it?
Ryan
Yes,
Baraza, Matiko finding Obadia flat foot.
Yeah, with his left hand there, and the way he had positioned himself, he wouldn't have made any move.
Indeed. Prisons Nairobi trailing by just a point at 3 against TVC's 4.
Nimrod Kamadi with that overpass, who will set it.
Well set, Matiko, it's a point.
And Ian there again. The way he stands there on court, can't cover up enough. Look at the way. Yeah, Ian could not pick that up. Ian Omondi. Mbappe picks it.
Again,
but yeah.
Ball is still in play again.
And Derek Apart finishes it,
making it difficult for Nixon to defend it.
In fact, if Obadia wanted to hit that ball hard, he would, he had a lot of space. No one was there to defend.
Well served by Obadia. It goes out of place.
Oh, it's an ace!
It's an ace!
That is an ace.
Left hand proving to be
pretty useful for the youngster, who is fitting quite nicely into the shoes of one Moses Sialo, who of course cannot play in these league matches.
Another serve for Obadia.
Oh, it
Hirwa
is.
picks it. Brian Baraza.
And then Mbappe.
It's an over-received ball.
Mbappe makes good use of that overpass.
Very quick at reacting to that ball.
I actually would have expected that it was Derek Apart. It would be Derek Apart doing that. But yeah, still makes do with it. This time
Goes
around,
out.
sends it out of court. Not even out of the periphery here. 2 points ahead, TVC.
Jimmy Matiko going to serve for Nairobi Prisons. It's going to be a jump float, I think. He
started really well in the first set.
Indeed, he did. He lost his momentum sometime during the second set, I think. He's yet to make a comeback. There we go.
Mbappe goes for it. It is Mbappe. Matiko puts it. Brian goes the other extreme side. Still in play.
Saved by Obadia there. Mbappe with that spin out of court, reducing that margin to just 1 point lead. Prisons still trailing at 6. Another jump float. Amadi receives it.
Amadi with that poor
simple
reception.
Finish. Easily picked by Kirwa. Again Taban.
Is it still in play?
Matiko
yes,
still.
And
Lack of
Libero
coordination.
and Brian Barasa there sits down in despair.
I'd expected the Libero to set that ball. The
Mbappe
Libero
there having a
expecting
conversation
Brian
with-
Baraza to set that ball. It ended up touching the ground. TVC in the lead, 8. Prisons Nairobi, 6.
TVC win this set, then the match is as good as done. Brian Barasa again struggling to set that ball in.
Hamadi, it will be
Hamadi,
Hamadi once
it is
again.
Hamadi.
Matiko.
Too quick, too fast, too hard for Matiko to redirect that ball back in court. Just have to give it to Nimrod there with his really high jumps there.
He has been
Speedy
really,
attacks as well.
he has been really instrumental in changing this game. The TVC team had started at a low,
You would want
slowly picked it up.
you want to ask why he started out of court, Nimrod. But at least that change has really helped.
Indeed it has. Adams had started well but somehow lost momentum in the course of the match, requiring Nimrod to step in, and indeed he has stepped up in his performance. 3 points lead for TVC, 9. Nairobi Prisons 6. Have they resigned to their fate? We wait to see. Cialo there seated, cheering on the team. And Mbappe back to the serve. Float serve.
Nonetheless, they have 2
Taban with that
points.
serve. An error in reception.
Yeah,
Well saved by Ngatia. Brian Baraza attempting to dodge it.
It is
Ngatia.
Nimrod, I told you.
Ball is on court, making it 10-7.
Yeah.
That 3-point lead.
Yeah, Nomondi there struggled a bit to receive that.
Derek apart.
Goes to serve.
Brian
Able
Baraza
to-
setting it to Matiko, who clinically
saying
finishes
that,
it. There is a
right
challenge on the possibility
pointing.
of Matiko stepping on that. He did not step on the line.
The ball is out of court, though.
There was a touch on that ball. There was
Unless
a
that
touch.
is the issue, but yeah, the referee there acknowledged that it was on court.
A nice for
Could not agree again, Nimrod.
Nixon. Powerful service there, making it difficult for Nimrod and Mbappe to receive it. 9-10. Nairobi Prisons trailing. Another jump serve by Nick. Lands
So
it
let's have
squarely
this
on the net.
time. And Ngatia goes to serve.
So jump float by Ngatia. Mwele receives it. Brian Baraza trying to attack it Nimrod blocks it out of court. The score margin still at 1 point lead by TBC. A rather relaxed game here.
Yeah, it's looks like a friendly game,
It does look like a friendly game.
but even friendly games are more livelier than these
Hamadi,
days.
Okelo,
They're not
Baraza,
quick enough to kill that
Matiko.
out. Matiko there stepping up.
Nairobi Prisons equalize at 11-11. Hamadi there, the game changer for TBC. With his powerful spot jump and equally powerful attacks. Well, the ball seems to have gotten out of the playing area as we wait for it to be retrieved and brought back. Huselu there warming up. Omondi whispering instructions to one Hamadi and Gatia. The ball is back.
Brian
Brian
Baraza,
Baraza with that service.
Nimrod Kamadi with that reception. It goes high. Ball is retrieved.
It was an
Seems to
touch.
be
An injury, probably.
potential
I hope
injury.
not.
I hope, yeah.
It doesn't look hurt. But there was an impact. And the referee consulting to know the nature of the injury. It doesn't seem too serious. Kate there assisting with that. We do hope the injury isn't serious. There has seemed to be an impact at the net. The score is still at 11-11. I believe nobody will be getting this point. Both coaches concerned about Matiko's injury. Doesn't seem to be too serious. We're back on court with Brian Baraza back at the service court. The game is back on.
So there's no point awarded.
There's no
to
point.
either side. Oh,
Very powerful
Badia.
attack by Abadia there.
Quick left hander there. Nimrod Hamadi, that service. Then on the wicket, hadn't touched the ground.
Well, according to the referee, it did touch the ground. It doesn't look like it did, but the referee's decision is final. The score still tie at 12-12. Hamadi Gatia with a beautiful save there.
Ian there, the
Boniface
libero
Kipruto.
is unable to. Ian, the libero, is unable to help with that.
Well, there seems to have been a change at the setting department for Nairobi Prisons, with Boniface Kipruto stepping in to replace Brian Baraza. We have seen him step in mostly during services to assist with the service. This time round, he takes the court as a setter. A consultation between the referee and the captain, James Mutero, communicating that to the head coach, Geoffrey Omondi, and bringing back the feedback to the referee. We do not know the nature of the conversation or why exactly it's taking place, but nonetheless we move on. We do move on.
And Stero picks it up nicely, and Eugene Okello drills it in nice and quick. That gap there between the two blockers. 13-13 here. Is it 14-13? Yes, it is.
14-13.
Libero again. It's Matiko, and Okello is not able to pick it up. It's 14 on either side.
It is 14-14. A tightly knit set.
Nimrod again with that
Obadia.
issue there with the reception, but Obadia does not disappoint his setter there. That quick finish, he goes to serve. Some net serve. Should have just done a jump float. Matiko goes to serve. Mbappe, and he picks it, then goes on ahead to drill it.
Very wonderful set by Ngatia there.
Yes. I mean, when a setter trusts in you, you have to deliver.
You have to deliver.
Yeah. Libero with that. Still in play. Nimrod Kamadi goes high, gets a touch out. Is this the point where they start to separate these two teams?
Clearly, it's been a while since we saw that margin from the start of this set. 2 points lead, slowly gearing on to the 20-point
with another
mark.
floater.
Flies out of court, back to the tie, 17-17. Taban with that service. Mbappe picks
Picks it. Nimrod Hamadi, the high jumper.
Well,
And
I
now
think
Machiko was
Ngatia
asking
has
for that
decided
VAR.
that he's going to trust.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought
Hamadi.
even the initial one that Obadia sent flying, I thought that it would go all the way to Hamadi on the other end. It's time out by Prisons Nairobi. This one is a close one, yeah?
It is a rather close one.
TBC want to win this, they really have to, they really must now at this point defend. No more service aces, no more outside hits. Ensure that they have to ensure that they do those clinical services so that they disorient the other team on the other side. Otherwise, we will have a 5-setter.
It does look like that is going to be the case should they let go of this set.
Delicate part. They are not able to defend it, but either way, Kirwa sends it out of court. Back to that 2-point lead, TVC. They are 2 points ahead. They have 2 sets. Nobody had seen it, but it almost looks as if he was turning to run away from it. Just look at that. Because he was in position actually.
Was in position.
Then, until he wasn't, They make a change, replacing the jump server. Nimrod Hamadi. Will it be Nimrod Hamadi or Obadiah again? Or is it Gino Kello?
That center department not being too active.
Nimrod
This
goes
set,
for it.
yeah.
And then Eugene. Oh, Eugene this time around nails it. And Ngatia goes to serve. Ngatia with that floater. Kirwa almost overpicks it. Still in play. It is a touch out. Very powerful attack by. I thought it actually went out of court. But yeah, with that outside hit, it was clinical, yes, but yeah, again, Nimrod fails to hit it as expected, and they are at par again. TVC and Nairobi, Prisons Nairobi should have trusted in Nimrod again, but well, that ball went to him, but it was very close to the net. They have made a change, replacing Obadiah with Adams, who comes in, sends that ball flying out of court. It's 21-20. It's a net up.
It's a very technical, delicate part of the set. 21-21.
Gave away their lead. TVC. Kirwa picks it.
Gain a point.
With the setting there.
That ball.
They have made a change. They removed Brian Barasa.
Boniface Kipruto is at the setting position right now. Another serve for
again.
Nimrod, 22 for TVC and 21 for Nairobi Prisons. A timeout for Nairobi Prisons right there.
TVC were able to maintain their 2-point lead. They would be at set point now. They gave away 2 points consecutively. Again, Prisons Nairobi gained those, but they gave those away by that jump in that service.
It's 22-21. Nairobi Prisons trailing both at the set ends. Also in this set points. Kamadi still at the service? Yes, it is Kamadi still serving for TBC.
Kamadi with that service. The libero picks it. There is a net touch by one of these guys. Adams Ogwa.
Another substitution.
Him again.
Bringing back
Obadiah comes back on court. Kirwa with that service. It's 22-22. Wonder, is it the pressure? What's happening? Make another change. Prisons Nairobi. Regan Omondi. Nimrod Kamadi. It's Mbappe, and there is a net touch by Prisons Nairobi.
Taban touches the net.
And now this set is Blazers for the taking. They bring in Oselu to help with the blocks, replacing Ngatia, who's played really well in this match. It is a floater. This time around it goes in, and he's not able to finish it off. Matiko giving this win. They are at the brink of going for another set. Played a really competitive match. Prisons Nairobi
3-1,
but it is over now. 3-1, and I think the fans there are leaving to go and have a look at what's happening at the main pitch. The track and field events going on at the moment.
At the moment at NYAYO National Stadium.
Trailblazers Volleyball Club with that win. We will show you the stats from that set and also the standings so far, as we also get ready to bring you the match between Prisons Western and Prisons Rift Valley. Another battle between siblings. Prisons Western, of course, yesterday sending Kenya Forest Service home with just a set.
A very surprising
They
win
beat them
that
3-1.
Seeing as Forest started at a high.
Yeah, the standings: GSU at 32, Prisons Kenya and KDF with a tie at 30, Equity Bank 28, AP Kenya 23, Trailblazers 22, Kenya Ports Authority 21, Kenya Army 19, Prisons Nairobi 11, KFS 10, Prisons Western 10, as well as KFS, Prisons Rift Valley 7, Nyanza 6, Vihiga 3 points, as similar to Prisons Mombasa, and Central are on the other edge at no points at all because they haven't been able to show up this season. Trailblazers 3, Prisons Nairobi 1. Such a slow game, but
very slow game.
Eventually works out for TVC. Thank you so much for joining us throughout this broadcast. For the most part of it, you've been with my colleague Florence Bosire. I think Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, they are having a conversation with the captain, James Mtero, TVC. We Volleyball Federation National Men's League. Na tunakujia moja kwa moja kutoka uga wa NYAYO.
And the match statistics as displayed on your screen: Prisons Nairobi 1 set, TBC win it at 3 sets. The statistics for the fourth set: 25 TBC, 23 Prisons Nairobi attacks, 15 TBC, 12 Prisons Nairobi blocks. We have 1 for TBC, none for Nairobi Prisons. Service ace, both teams tie at 1. Opponents errors, 10 for Rift Valley. Prisons putting a crown to the end of the matches today, as we look forward to a climax tomorrow, the match between KPA and GSU.
Yes, na kwa niaba ya wenzetu wote waliofanikisha hii broadcast, ningependa kuwashukuru sana Akula, Zidel na Brian wakiwa kwenye kamera, na kutoka kwenye chumba chetu hapa Florence Bosire na Emmanuel Egon, na pia Martin Kimwele ambaye ndiye mhariri wa picha hizi. Tungependa kushukuru sana na kuwakaribisheni tena kwenye mchuano ambao unaandaliwa sasa kati ya ndugu wale wa magereza ya magharibi mwa Kenya na wale wa bonde la Ufa. Kutoka hapa kwetu ningependa kuwatakieni mchana mwema na msiende mbali.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad,
Yeah.
baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back, I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me, ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact, give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. replace the pain. It's like candy canes, it makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed.